Right now on the ABC 10 News at 5, Kings fans packing Golden One Center and beyond. The safety measures in place to keep the peace.
Families impacted by the fentanyl crisis share their emotional stories of loss while pushing lawmakers to take action.
Since Jackson's death, I have made it my mission to fight this fentanyl crisis.
Spending much of the early part of the week in a cooler than average pattern. Now, big warming trend underway towards the weekend.
Shirts, hats, and even ice cream. How Beam Team merchandise is flying off the shelves. The ABC 10 News at 5 starts right now. And we start tonight with breaking news. Sacramento Kings head coach Mike Brown is the NBA Coach of the Year. The announcement made just moments ago. The vote unanimous. That's the first time that's happened in the awards history, dating back to 1962. This is Mike Brown's second Coach of the Year award. He won in 2009 when he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Coach Brown received the NBA Coaches Association Coach of the Year award as well just last week.
And here's part of the reason why the Kings not only making the playoffs for the first time since 2006, but according to the NBCA, they lead the league in scoring, offensive rating at 118.6. The Kings also ranked in the top 10 in numerous other offensive categories.
Mike Brown is being called one of the factors for the Kings' recent success.
So we want to hear from you. How do you think Coach Brown has made a difference for the team?
Scan the QR code and send us your thoughts. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Luke Clary.
And I'm Devin Truby. A big day for the Kings organization, and ABC 10 is the place to be for that complete Kings coverage. We have teams heading out to San Francisco right now for tomorrow night's game.
But the Kings still have some business to take care of as they prepare for Game 3 against the Warriors. We'll have that update with Kevin John in just a few minutes. But first,
thousands have been showing up to Doco, whether the Kings are home or away. And as with any large crowds gathering in some place, there are always some safety concerns.
So far, the Kings playoff games have drawn more than 20,000 people to the downtown area.
And our Roxanne Elias is live at Doco, where crowds have kept growing on game days. Roxanne, you met up with Sacramento police today. What have they seen so far?
Devin and Luke, Sacramento police were quite happy to report to me today that they haven't seen any major safety concerns or incidents happen here in this area. But hey, they're not letting their guard down. They have a detailed plan that lets them know what they need to do down here, and it seems to be working pretty well.
In the midst of the Kings making the playoffs, thousands of fans are flocking to Doco. Sacramento police keeping a watchful eye on people's safety.
Anytime that we have large amounts of people, we are concerned about the safety of everyone. But we do have incredible amounts of planning that go into these events, and we work with all of our specialty units. We work with our downtown partners, our community-based organizations.
This means bringing in mounted units, bike patrols, and officers on foot. Also, traffic safety plans to mitigate any impacts to the general downtown area. As for inside the stadium, those concerned with the number of people rushing in or out, there's a plan for that too.
We have cameras that go into what's called our real-time crime center, and then additionally we work with the DOCO staffing. And so what we have is a joint effort between the DOCO staff and our police department to make sure that those attending are safe.
The Real-Time Crime Center helps the officers on the ground in case something happens. It puts eyes inside and outside the Doco area. Mayor Darrell Steinberg says the city as a whole is taking the steps to prevent any tragedies.
Whether it's the hiring of the nighttime services manager to make sure that security and safety is coordinated among all of the businesses and the city, whether it's increasing our police presence downtown.
But just because it's all eyes on downtown, it doesn't mean those of you watching from home aren't protected.
Obviously, we are going to have additional staffing downtown, but we want to make sure that the communities outside of the downtown area know that we are still there to answer their calls for service.
And there's no shortage of officers when you call.
Sacramento police tell me that they're listening to all of the community's response and any kind of concerns that they have, and they're tweaking their plans according so that they can improve safety and their response.
All right, our
Devin,
Roxanne Elias reporting live for us tonight in Doco. Thank you, Roxanne.
And Luke, when I did the March Madness story with Sacramento Police, I learned that they actually have a special unit dedicated to learning about all things inside of Golden One Center, and they train in there as well.
Yeah, so important to have that training.
Absolutely. Well, now here's Kevin John with a look at how the team is preparing for tomorrow night's Game 3 and more praise from players about Coach Mike Brown.
Well, another day, another award for the Sacramento Kings. Now, in case you need more proof on how much this season has been a dramatic turnaround for the Beam team, just 24 hours after De'Aaron Fox was named the NBA's Clutch Player of the Year, as we said earlier, Mike Brown took home Coach of the Year honors. I mean, was anyone really surprised by this? Brown was responsible for taking the Kings to a place they haven't been in 17 years, the playoffs. Not to mention, he has taken them from being the laughingstock of the league to the 3rd seed in a very competitive Western Conference, currently up 2-0 over the defending champion Golden State Warriors in their playoff series. Now, ABC 10 was at practice earlier today, and even though we spoke to the players before the Coach of the Year announcement was made, they gave a ringing endorsement on why it should be their head man.
For him to be able to come here, or kind of where we were at as a team, as an organization, and kind of just help get things back on the right path, I think it's great. And for him to get that recognition, you don't do it for that, but I think just to have other people acknowledge him is big.
Also, good news for the Kings. Domantas Sabonis was seen practicing today. Keep in mind, this is just one day after being diagnosed with a sternum contusion. Now, Coach Brown says Sabonis is likely to play in tomorrow's Game 3. We're actually getting ready to take off for San Francisco for Game 3 of this series, and we'll have much more on a preview of this game coming up tonight at 11, right here on ABC 10.
Thanks, Kevin. If you want to sound like an expert on all things Kings, you can listen to the Locked On Kings podcast hosted by our very own Matt George. Hear it daily on the ABC 10 mobile app or watch it on the ABC 10 Plus streaming app. We've also got team coverage of tomorrow's game right here on ABC 10.
Well, let's talk weather now. A nice afternoon after a cool start to the day. This is a live look at the Sacramento River at the Tower Bridge.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day out there. Not a cloud in the sky in that shot. Let's get it over to Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods. And Monica, lots of people looking forward to those outdoor Kings watch parties.
I know. There's so much going on right now. It's so beautiful. And we did start to warm up after what Devin was saying, a very chilly start this morning. Temperatures up now about 5 to 10 degrees from where we were yesterday. That's going to put us right in the middle 60s. A little bit cool for this time of year. Still 50s for the foothills and still in the 30s to near 40 up top for the Sierra. If you're still heading out for tonight, beautiful evening to take that walk. Temperatures dropping into the 50s at 8 p.m. Our sunset at 7:46. Our sunrise tomorrow at 6:23, and it will be a slightly warmer start to the day, but a warming trend is underway. Our storm track well to the north of us now. Not a lot of precipitation in the forecast, but there is so much going on right now if you are headed outdoors, along with the temperatures going up. So are those pollen counts. Will be in the medium to high category right through that weekend outlook. But tomorrow, we've got so much going on. We've got the River Cats playing at Sutter Health Park, and then, of course, the watch party. So if you're headed out to any of those evening activities, highs will be in the low 70s, cooling into the 60s and 50s. Going to be a great day to watch some of those sporting events, guys.
All right, thanks, Monica. To the Reiner Report now. An emotional week at the Capitol as families of the fentanyl victims gathered to urge lawmakers to take the crisis more seriously.
Yeah, they're unhappy that the chair of the Assembly Public Safety Committee decided that he would hold off on hearing all fentanyl-related bills.
Our political reporter Morgan Reiner spoke with all sides, and this is what she found.
Assemblymember Jim Patterson asked Pamela Smith to testify in front of the Public Safety Committee a few weeks ago to share her son's story.
I met with the ER doctor who simply told me we've been working on him for over an hour and there's nothing more we can do. And he asked me if I would like to see my son.
Jackson Smith overdosed.
Within seconds of entering that room, the doctor said, time of death, 3:18. Since Jackson's death, I have made it my mission to fight this fentanyl crisis.
But Pamela didn't get to testify.
For the public safety chair to say now, oh, well, I'm going to wait till September and have some conversation about it. I'm sorry, you're taking too long. We have good ideas. They have been discussed, but you won't even vet them.
Committee Chair Assemblyman Reginald Jones Sawyer wants everyone to know this issue is personal to him, too.
I had an uncle who died of a heroin overdose. I had a cousin who died of crack cocaine. I know what the effects of drug abuse has.
He said he hopes to hold a hearing in June.
I was very concerned that a lot of the bills that were coming through weren't making through. They were dying in our committee. I decided I needed to save the remaining bills so that we can have an educated discussion on both the demand side and the supply side.
Whether the bills are heard in June or tomorrow, they still wouldn't go into effect until at least January if they pass. But Republicans point out that they, along with some Democrats, have been introducing bills to address the fentanyl crisis for years.
Now, I did ask the chair about that, bills that have already died and why. He told me he would like to give the authors the chance to bring them back to life with some changes they discuss in that future hearing. Those bills can be voted on again in January, guys.
And some incredibly emotional moments there at the Capitol. I understand the Republicans are going to try to force a vote tomorrow. They're going to try to bypass all this?
Yes, so we found out late this afternoon that Republicans are going to try and bring up the remaining 4 or 5 bills on the Assembly floor tomorrow, completely bypass the committee. Some of those bills are about enhancing the punishment for people who deal fentanyl and the person ends up dying from that or getting seriously injured. Another would create a task force. Now, I just got a response following that news from the chair of the committee, and he basically said, you know, this is a play right out of the Republican playbook, and it's undermining the democratic process.
All right, our political reporter Morgan Reiner, I know you'll stay on this story for us. Thank you. The grieving family of Tyree Nichols is calling for justice from the city and police department accused in his death.
Voters will weigh in on the Sacramento mayor's race next year, but today we're hearing from one candidate who's throwing her hat in.
Tonight on To The Point at 6:30, former Kings commentator Jerry Reynolds shares his views on the new era for the Kings and talks about the night he thought would be the Kings' last game in the city. That story and much more coming up tonight on To The Point.
Only on ABC 10, robocalls.
Whether you have a landline or a mobile phone, there's a call there and they're trying to scam you.
What can you do to protect yourself? We'll show you how. Watch ABC 10 Friday night after the NBA playoffs. We stand for you.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Get moving in the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle car and driver called more fun to drive than the competition. And the HR-V, with more style, a more sporty design, and more exhilarating performance. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
What was that?
Nothing to be worried about. Just part of the experience.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so. At RC Willey. Come shop our flooring department for the latest carpet choices.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Closed captioning sponsored by Bell Brothers, your hometown experts in plumbing, windows, heating, and air.
And tracking some of the other big stories that we're following here tonight at 5, the family of Sacramento native Tyree Nichols filed a civil lawsuit today. The 29-year-old father was beaten by Memphis police earlier this year and died a short time later. His family says that they're suing the city of Memphis, their police department, and the officers involved in his death. The 5 officers involved were all fired from that department and face a number of criminal charges, including second-degree murder.
Let the race for Sacramento mayor begin today. Flojan Kofer announced she's throwing her hat in the ring. She's a public health expert, senior policy director, and former chair of the city's Measure U Community Advisory Committee. She spoke today about the importance of affordable housing, clean air and water, homeless solutions, and tackling gun violence. Kofer says she is offering a progressive choice and that there are groups from whom she will not accept campaign contributions.
The groups I won't take money from are corporate PACs, law enforcement, fossil fuels, tobacco because they killed my family members. And then when it comes to real estate and landlords and developers, I will only take money if they support affordable housing, if they support tenant protections, and anti-displacement initiatives.
Kofer is the first candidate to officially declare she's running for mayor of Sacramento. Voters will weigh in at next year's primary election in March. Current Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg has told ABC 10 in the past that he will not seek a third term. We reached out to his office today for a comment and asked if he plans on running. A spokesperson said they have no announcement at this time.
Next tonight at 5, the fate of a popular abortion drug hanging in the balance, waiting on a decision from the Supreme Court. Both sides of the debate weighing in today.
Tonight, amid deadly violence, children in desperate need, David Muir with the aid workers trying to get food and supplies to millions in South Sudan. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
LXS or Soul LX. Your choice, $19.95 total drive-off and only $249 a month. Customer satisfaction still means something at Kia Country in Manteca.
At 72 Sold, we are disrupting traditional real estate, and it was much needed. Now, anybody in America, wherever they live, can get a higher price for their home than if they sold the traditional way. And then they can sell whenever they want, in a month, in 3 months, and get it done in just 8 days. So for anybody, wherever they live, anywhere in America, if you're thinking about selling anytime this year, just put in your address, get our price, and be able to sell whenever you want in just 8 days, only at 72sold.com.
The Roseville Auto Mall's trade-in sales event is all about giving you the best options and a great deal. Shop the largest selection in Northern California, where you'll find thousands of vehicles across 17 dealerships, 20 major brands, with hundreds of makes and models to choose from. Whether it's a new or pre-owned vehicle, you'll get the best possible discounts plus exceptional interest rates. The car you really want is simply a trade away. So don't miss the trade-in sales event at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
You know how they say put your money where your mouth is? At Bell Brothers, that's exactly what we do with our $87 Precision AC tune-up. If your tune-up doesn't save you at least $87 in energy costs this season, we'll refund your money. And if your system breaks down for any reason after the tune-up, we'll refund your money. No questions asked. At Bell Brothers, we make some pretty bold promises about our AC tune-ups, and we always put our money where our mouth is.
The no surprise guys, Bell Brothers.
Tired of climbing interest rates? Save at Kia Country in Manteca with 1.99% financing for 60 months on all new Kia Fortes and Souls in stock. Don't wait. At these low rates, Kia Country in Manteca's inventory will disappear.
Introducing a new era in entertainment, the venue at Thunder Valley.
Welcome back. The nation is on standby for another critical Supreme Court abortion decision. The Supreme Court today temporarily extended women's access to a drug used in more than half of U.S. abortions. Anti-abortion advocates are pushing the court to uphold an appeals court ruling that reduced access to the drug. The Biden administration, reproductive rights groups, and pharmaceutical companies are pressing the court to keep the pill widely available.
To undermine the FDA's evidence-based scientific review process, and it will put countless lives at risk.
I think the radical abortion policies of the Biden administration are wrong, but at the end of the day, we're a rule of law nation.
The court indicated that it will act by Friday night. Let's talk weather now and the massive amount of snow in the Sierra. More snow on Monday night pushed Palisades Tahoe to its snowiest season yet. Can you believe that? The resort recording 710 inches of snow, breaking the previously held record of 707 inches from the 2016-2017 season. The average seasonal snowfall is around 400 inches, so this year's total is, let's do the math, 178% of average.
Let's bring in our chief meteorologist, Monica. We're hearing you can ski until July 4th.
Yeah, and that's just one of the resorts that's staying open longer, and that's because of that epic snowpack. 300 plus extra inches is going to keep things going. As we take a look at Donner, you can see some of the snow that came in yesterday, about 8 inches. Mindy submitting this late season spring snow into Donner, where a lot of folks up there are saying, okay, we're done. We're good. We can start this snow melt now. As far as those closing dates, Boreal, Sierra Tahoe, Soda Springs are going to be closing within the next week. Sugar Bowl, North Star, Mount Rose the following week. And then we're going to be staying into May for many of those ski resorts, with Palisades Tahoe July 4th and Mammoth all the way through July because of historic snowpack in the Sierra. Some of that coming in yesterday, additional snowfall accumulation, but everything drying out for today as that cold weather system moved its way east. But in its wake, the cold conditions this morning. 30s for morning lows. Marysville, Sacramento, Stockton, and Fairfield. 32 for Placerville, only in the teens this morning for Tahoe. Now, the flip side of that is that we did stay cool for afternoon highs in the 60s. But what's nice about the Sierra is that we're not seeing a super rapid snow melt, elevating the flood risk. It's nice to see some of those cold conditions and slowly meter out all that water that will fill our reservoirs. In the Big Mountain backyard, right now we have the clear skies, temperatures in the 60s throughout the valley. We're at 41 degrees for Tahoe. And again, we are going to see a few changes. Northwest winds right now, only about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Great for all the allergy sufferers. Don't want to see those big, wicked winds that pick up, because that means all the pollen will be floating around. Temperatures are going to be warming into the weekend forecast. Right now, storm track to the north of us, so no precipitation coming in. We'll stick with a dry outlook, but a warming one. Highs tomorrow back near 50 for the Sierra. Highs are going to be close to 60 to 70 degrees throughout the foothills after morning lows in the 30s. So we have a couple of those pockets of cold temperatures, including Pollock Pines at 33, Quincy 29, Arnold, we start the day off at 30. Along the coast, highs are going to be in the 60s. Of course, a lot of folks may be heading their way westward there over towards Chase Center to watch the Kings and Warriors game. 70s for inland highs. And as we continue to move our way through the valley, morning lows are once again in the 40s, but highs will warm nicely into the 70s. That's going to be close to average. Back to average, at least. It's not going to stick around long. In fact, we get a lot warmer by the weekend. Highs in the Sierra warming into the 50s with mostly sunny skies. We'll see that in the foothills as well. Highs in the 70s by the weekend outlook. And for the coast, highs in the 60s after morning lows right about 50. Pretty nice, actually, throughout all of Northern California. Have that Lyrid meteor shower coming in this weekend. That's going to be peaking overnight Friday into Saturday, and again Saturday into Sunday. Clear skies, highs in the 80s. We're going to stay in the 80s, almost mid-80s by the time we get to the middle and end of the next work week, before we start to see a little bit of cooling heading our way. But overall, dry and warm in the forecast.
All right, looking forward to that. I just can't imagine, though, that you can still go skiing right now when we're having 80-degree days here in Sacramento in the Valley. I know. That's just California. Thank you, Monica. Coming up next, it's sweet, delicious, and purple. How a local business is showing their King's pride.
Big Mountain Backyard, check us out at bigmountainair.com. Baron Larson here, and if you're like me, you're always wondering about the weather. For the most updated weather information, tune into the Big Mountain Weather Center every day on ABC 10. Big Mountain Heating and Air, check us out at bigmountainair.com.
When they said we were mid at best, we felt that.
Making the playoffs? No way, no how.
When they said we'd never make the playoffs, we felt that.
This is some form of malpractice.
Yeah, we felt that. But now, things feel different. We made the spotlight and the highlights. We made the game winners, and we made them respect our game. We silenced their crowds, blew the roof off our building, and lit it up night after night. And if they weren't paying attention, oh, they are now.
Sacramento has clinched.
Our presence is known, heard, and felt.